up, you prick, man. Piss off. Five Nights at Freddy's 1, to be specific. One of the biggest and most popular horror franchises of all time, and the first game in particular is arguably the greatest one the series has seen. The gameplay is simple, unique, and even though it is a bit repetitive, it's not really a problem, especially on the later nights, because the tension of what's going on around you and the actual elements within the gameplay keep you engaged all the way up to 6 AM. Naturally, if you're watching this video, you probably know exactly how the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay works, but just in case you don't, let's go over it one more time. You will be spending 5 nights at a pizzeria that has animatronics that roam during the night, and you have to fend off from them. You have to survive from 12 AM to 6 AM for 5 nights. What makes Five Nights at Freddy's a relatively difficult horror game, which obviously adds on to the tension, is the fact that you have limited power, and I know 97% sounds like a lot, but it goes down very quickly, especially if you're using all the cameras, the doors, and the lights, which of course I'm going to get into right now. There are 2 main ways that the bloodthirsty animatronics can enter your office, and that is through the left and right doors. These doors can be closed, but of course that will take up more power, and there can also be lights that you can turn on. They're not very good lights, but they will show you whether or not an animatronic is at the door. The camera system in the game is what allows you to see where the animatronics are at all times. The cameras aren't very good, they can be very glitchy, but of course this adds on to the tension. It makes things very difficult for you, along with a multitude of other factors that all contribute to making this game an intense nightmare scenario. The power in this game is your greatest ally and enemy, because if at any point you run out, which in the later nights you probably will on your first attempt, this will happen. Dun 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 dun. Oh yes! Yes, Daddy. Okay, yeah, maybe not exactly this will happen, but you'll get lucky sometimes. One thing that makes Five Nights at Freddy's 1 so great is the fact that the horror, for the most part, well, not for the most part, but some of the horror doesn't actually come from the jump scares. A lot of the horror comes from the fact that the technology being used at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is so shockingly shittily shite that everything you try to do feels like you've gone back 2 decades. Everything you do in this game is so loud. The lights flashing incessantly, humming in your ears, the camera flicking, being like bloop, bloop, bloop every single time, and the fan. Why is the fan even turned on? Just turn it off! The sound design in this game is overall really smart, and that's including the sounds that aren't even in the game and were just added on, because they fit so well. Oh, shit, my dick. Sorry. And then there's the phone guy, who his advice doesn't really make any sense and is really just there to distract you and add on to the tension. You can mute him, but sometimes I like what he has to say.
I know the animatronics might try to fuck you up a bit, but if you just subscribe to Proxia, you should be able to avoid all of that.
And on top of all this, the cameras themselves can be relatively scary sometimes. Oh shit, my dickin', man! As I mentioned prior, the core gameplay is warding off against the animatronics. Bonnie and Chica are both pretty much the same in terms of how you ward them off. They will slowly come to the hall, and they'll come to the door, and then you stop them. They're relatively easy to get the hang of. Freddy is kind of unpredictable, but he doesn't get really active until about night 4. He's active on night 3, but not really. And then there's Foxy, who... he's barely there, but when he is, it's like the scariest part. Yeah. Let me in the office, you stupid fat prick. And while you are completely alone here, the animatronics will make strange human-like sounds at times. What's he saying? I did not know you were a Proxy fan like that. I gotta rate that, to be fair. So, Bonnie and Chica's movement pattern is relatively easy to understand, as is Foxy's, even though Foxy's is a lot more sudden. But Freddy... I don't fucking know. I think his laughs has something to do with where he moves, but I don't know. Where is it? answers my question, actually. Okay, yeah, there he is. Okay, folks, that is going to wrap up my Five Nights at Freddy's 1 video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, like I say, leave a like, subscribe, all that bollocks. Consider checking out my security breach videos. I've made multiple, also my cyst location video. And if you want to see more videos of me covering the other games in the main FNAF 4, then consider leaving a like and letting me know down below. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one, and peace out.
I just need to know.